Welcome to the Be About Being Better podcast, where we help people make evidence-based, sustainable, small changes for their health that compound into huge shifts towards a better, more vibrant life. I'm your host, Abby Stasier, a health and life coach, future registered dietitian, a master's graduate from Columbia University, and a certified intuitive eating counselor. And I believe that we can't make lasting or meaningful change single-handedly. So I'm so happy that you're here so that together you can see that a diet-free, sustainable lifestyle is possible, and you can leverage that to live a better life. And remember my disclaimer, this podcast is meant to give you general information and is not meant to substitute or replace medical advice, a diagnosis, or service treatment. Hello, y'all. Welcome back to the Be About Being Better podcast. I am so excited to bring to you today an old interview that I did with one of my dear clients, and now is a dear friend of mine, Lauren Poland. And this interview was done after she went through our Be About Being Better Academy and then started our life coaching program, the Be Better program. It's amazing. Y'all are going to love her story. But before we get into that, if you are someone that is watching on YouTube right now and you're seeing some weird stuff in the background that isn't my typical cute pink aesthetic, no you didn't. I mean, yes you are, but no you didn't. If you see something weird behind me, no you didn't. I am in a new apartment. I moved. I'm still living in Nashville, but I moved, and a lot has happened in my life over the last couple weeks since Christmas. I can't get into it right now. We will have an episode, probably multiple episodes diving into different story times and lessons. I just need to first process what I just went through the last couple weeks. This is my first time sitting in a chair and just being. I feel like I've been go, go, go. My life's been turned upside down. So a lot has happened, but I promise you a story time will come. And you know that I'm going to keep this promise, especially if you were with me in 2019 watching my Instagram stories. If you were there in that era, my New York City single era, you just know. I don't hold back with the details. So y'all are going to get all the details, all the tea in due time. So just know that that's coming. And for those of you that weren't there during that time, I would literally, I would go on a date in New York, and immediately after the date, either walking home or walking to the subway or whatever, I would literally be on my Instagram story debriefing the date. Sometimes the guys would watch my Instagram story. Sometimes they wouldn't. Sometimes they didn't have social media. Anyway, I don't hold back with the details. So just know, once I've processed what I just went through the last couple weeks, maybe go through a couple therapy sessions, try and extract some lessons from this, I'll have much more to offer y'all. So thank you for giving me the time and space to process what I just endured and went through. And thank you for excusing the appearance. But I don't think y'all can see that much. But there are literally boxes, bubble wrap, tape, just everywhere. So let's dive into what we're going to be talking about today. And you are going to hear from Lauren Poland. She is just the most incredible human being. She leads with her heart. She's so creative, is such a giver. And it was so great coaching her because I saw these qualities in her when I was interviewing her for the Be About Being Better Academy. And I saw this potential in her, and she was able to step into her fullest potential and into her best self through the work that we did together, because we kind of cleaned up her routines. She broke bad habits. She made new habits. She broke away from diet culture. We kind of roughed up the foundation that she had with health in the past. And then we laid down a new foundation, something that was actually sustainable over the long term. And through routines and mindset work, streamlining things, we were able to free up a lot of mental headspace that was clogging her. Thoughts and we all are kind of plagued by these thoughts, but a lot of self-deprecating thoughts around nutrition, oh, what am I going to eat today? Or when am I going to eat today? Or, oh, I'm so bloated, I'm so full. Or, oh, I shouldn't eat that. Or, oh, that's bad. Or, when am I going to exercise today? Oh, I'm so tired. If we're consumed with all of these types of thoughts around our body, our healthy habits, our lifestyle, our confidence, our self-esteem, our body image, if we're plagued by all of these things, it is impossible to have the capacity to show up for higher level things in our life, like our finances, like our relationships, and in the case of Lauren, for her marriage, for her financial goals, her career, all these sorts of things. It's very hard to move the needle in those higher level areas of our lives when we're so consumed with these thoughts about nutrition and body image and exercise and routines, because that takes up so much space and sucks so much energy. So in the Academy, that's what we work to correct. We streamline healthy habits, we improve our body image, and we lay down a new foundation for sustainable healthy habits that you don't have to think so much about, so that afterward, you have more clarity, you have more energy, you have freed up mental headspace to be able to devote to these higher level areas of your life. And those areas and that intention, that energy devoted to those areas of your life move the needle and just launch you to success. And you see that you improve and your life changes so quickly. So I'm not surprised that I saw all of these things in Lauren, her creativity, the way that she loves to give to people, she's so intentional and she has so many strengths, and her health was truly holding her back. So by her going through the Academy, she was able to get her life back and really step into her truest self and make a difference and move the needle in so many other areas of her life, which is just incredible. So you'll hear her story straight from her. It was an Instagram live interview though, so the audio might be a little shaky, a little different than what you're hearing now. And so sorry about that. That's just how it is. Blame Instagram. But if the audio is a little different, that's why, because it was an old interview from an Instagram live. So that is what we're going to listen to today, and I'm so excited for you to hear her story. Let's dive into it. Hey y'all, super excited to be hopping on live tonight with my client and Be About Being Better Academy graduate, Lauren Poland. She has seen literally incredible success in the program, and now she has graduated from the Academy and is in our life coaching program, the Be Better program, and she is just getting better and better and better. I'm super excited to be hopping on live. Here she is. Hey, Lauren. Girl, number one, thank you so much for agreeing to do this live, talking about your journey. How are you feeling?
I'm nervous. I've never done a live before, but I literally talk about this all the time with my friends, so it's not really any different.
Awesome. I'm so happy. Literally, you're one of our most successful clients. You're someone who went into this experience having been burned by other programs and other diets and things in the past. Yeah. So I think it's not to speak for you, but we'll definitely hear your experience, slightly skeptical, but you dove into this experience, you kind of leapt, and then, that expression, you leap and the net will appear. You did that, and you wrung the towel out of the program. You got everything out of it. You used every resource, and you're literally thriving right now. I'm so proud of you. So super excited to dive in. My first question for you, kind of walk us through, where were you before the Academy? What were your healthy habits like, if any? What were your routines like? What were some things that you tried? What was life like?
I've been dieting since I was 13. I remember tracking my weight on a calendar and weighing myself every day. And I did keto for a while, and it worked, but gained it all back immediately. Not sustainable. I tried Noom for a week before it just mentally was terrible for me. And I tried that during the pandemic, and just, and I enjoy exercising too. So it was not, it felt like I was doing all of the right things, but nothing was really happening. And it was all me trying to force myself into something that it was just oh, I have to be disciplined. I have to, do this. I have to do this. If I wasn't motivated, it just didn't happen. Mm-hmm. And it just wasn't, I was looking for something different, and I was in my looking for it, just, there were so many things here and there. Everywhere I looked, it was the opposite of what this other person said. So I would look to one person and they would be oh, well, do eat this way and eat this way and don't eat that way. And And it was just overwhelming.
Especially when it's all contradictory and it's hard to know what to trust. And I think sometimes, like, if you follow something like Noom or keto or whatever plan you start working with a personal trainer, so many of these things, and you're not seeing results, it's hard to trust. Okay, is this not the right plan for me, or do I just need to give it more time?
Exactly. And it was always tough.
Yeah.
Like, just, I didn't know what I was doing wrong, you know?
Yeah. So what made you decide or really think like, okay, the Be About Being Better Academy, like, this is it. This is what I want to commit to.
So it was kind of crazy because I think I liked one of your videos, one of your cycle syncing videos, because that was a new piece of new information I hadn't heard.
Love
And
cycle syncing. We're here for
you
it.
actually messaged me on TikTok, and like, and it was just so random. And so I was like, I mean, I guess I'll take this quiz, super easy quiz. And, then we ended up talking, and I was like, wow, this, TikTok famous person's talking to me. And, I asked you a lot of hard questions. I remember in our call just being like, hey, is it a good program for someone like as big as I am? Because at that point I was right around 300 pounds. And, the pictures I was seeing weren't necessarily people that weighed as much as I do. So I talked to you about that. I asked you things about like what kind of diets, you follow, but you were, because I didn't want to be a part of diet culture anymore.
Right.
And I think that was one of my biggest draws to you in our discussion, was you understood that there was so much crazy information out there, and that we kind of connected on wanting to get away from all of that and find something that was like really sustainable. And like, I know a lot of people hear, oh, you just have to eat healthier, but you kind of helped define it a little bit. But like, it was just like, oh, eating healthier doesn't mean I can only eat certain foods.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things I really liked about when we first talked about, like, not taking out everything that I loved and held dear, and also really working on the mentality side, which I don't think I got with the personal trainers and the other diets that I had tried. I hadn't really focused on the mental. And since I was at like my heaviest point and my like cloudiest brain fog, I was just ready for a change, ready for something different.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so happy that you said yes, you leaned in. And I appreciate you asking so many of those questions, because I think everyone watching this live now or on the replay, there are so many people out there that are trying to get your attention this time of year, especially because they're kind of preying on new year, new you, new year, better you, for all these goals. So you have to you have to know that what you're committing to is the best thing for you, and you have to be able to trust that. And so I appreciate you asking those tough questions, because you don't want to be burned again.
Exactly.
The mental part is huge. I completely agree. And I think that's one thing that makes the Academy unique, is that with a lot of these other diets, or even just working with a personal trainer, whatever it is, you might get a workout plan or a nutrition approach, help with, or even some accountability. But if you're still relying on willpower and discipline and having to muster up self-control to be successful, you can't sustain that. Eventually your week's going to get busy, you're going to get overwhelmed, you're going to get COVID, and you're out sick, or it's the holidays, you're traveling, something's going to happen, and you're going to quote unquote fall off the wagon and feel like a failure. So it's like, you have to have a healthy lifestyle and a mindset that's not just focused on the physical healthy habits, whether you're checking the box or not, but also be working on your mindset in the process and while on the journey, so that you can make this sustainable over the long term. So yeah, I'm happy that part resonated with you. And also to, go back to what you were talking about before, that you can be healthy at any size. I think that's something I'm a huge proponent for. And some of our healthiest clients are 250, 300, 350, sometimes 400 pounds. We have people, all shapes and sizes. It doesn't matter what the scale says. It doesn't matter to me. It's about someone's healthy habits. What are they doing each day? And Lauren, right, you're one of our healthiest clients.
I look at where I was last year, and I was really sad all the time. I was on mental health TikTok for sure all the time.
Yeah.
Like that's where it brought me, and I always resonated with that like really closely, and I couldn't remember things very well. I could like I was, had happies, but I had a lot of lows, and those lows lasted a really long time. And it's just crazy how much I have changed mentally. I have maybe lost like a little bit of weight, but like it is nothing compared to how much sharper I am, how much more I have like just a joy for life. And I know we were talking about this yesterday where I'm bouncing back from like really tough life things.
Mm-hmm.
No problem. Like, like I'll talk to you and I'll be like, oh yeah, this happened. This happened the other day. This was crazy, but I'm okay. Like,
Yeah.
it's
When
just,
we were talking, it was like, you're not even messaging me in the moment, like, oh my God, this happened. But that's why you get a coach and you have someone that you can message when you're kind of having those crisis moments. But you're like, oh, this happened last week. Just wanted to keep you in the loop. All good. Worked it out. Like, you're just bouncing back so resilient because you have these tools in your toolbox now that you know what works for you to get you back to a baseline and get you back to feeling joy, gratitude, abundance for life, and just happy.
yeah. And like a big proponent of that I keep trying to tell my friends, and just like one of the biggest things I got from you and the program was just routines. Like the morning routine I have makes me so happy. I actually do my dishes in the morning. Like I hate dishes, but like and because of the like mental elasticity that I've gained, even when I can't do my morning routine or all of it, for a couple days, and even when the dishes build up, I know, hey, next time I have my morning routine, all of those dishes are going to get done.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not a big deal as much as it was.
I try and work with each client individually. That's something that we can just do in the nature of the academy because we're meeting each week and we kind of talk, okay, like over the last week, what happened, what's coming up this week. And that's something you and I specifically worked on. It's like, hey, I hate doing dishes, but they need to get done. So what can I do? How can I loop it into my routine where it's easy and it's not building up and I'm not dreading it? And now we've kind of tied that to you listening to podcasts, getting some personal development, and making that a fun experience that you enjoy, making that a more streamlined routine, coupling that or kind of sandwiching that between things that you're doing before that you like, things that you're doing after, like, and we were able to customize that routine for you. So even though I have a standard way for how I go about helping clients structure routines, it was us talking individually your specific goals and obstacles. How are we going to structure this for Lauren, for you specifically?
And testing out different things and just kind of going back and forth on some of those. Because some of the things that, maybe one person does, I didn't really want to do, and it didn't fulfill me the same way.
Yeah.
But like, it's just different for everyone. And it's so nice because I like the academy was so great for having those like one-on-one conversations, and and really I enjoyed being with the other women in that. They were amazing, and I still talk to some of them, and it was such a great group, that we got to like go through that together and like see everyone really like come back to life.
I mean, you did such a great job connecting even with the women outside the group, in our group chat, still keeping up with friendships with people. It's amazing. I won't be surprised if you end up meeting some people in person, even though we're all virtual now. I can totally see you meeting up with people. We've had people like run marathons together, or meet up for a workout class or a meal if they're in the same city. So I love that. Yeah, it's cool because everyone's working on different goals. Everything's so individualized, as you know. But everyone's like-minded in the group, I feel like in two ways. Number one, they want to sustain their results over the long term. Everyone's done with diet culture, wanting to get away from these quick fixes and fast solutions. And then ultimately, even if they have weight loss goals, they ultimately want to feel comfortable and confident in their own skin. And
right. Because if you don't have that confidence, then the weight loss isn't going to give it to you.
Exactly. And that's something that, as from the mindset shift, that's something that we have to work on a lot with people. And people kind of, it clicks for them at different points in the journey. Sometimes it's like right when you sign up, you just know. In the past, I'm like, oh, once I lose the weight, then I'll be happy. But some people have to learn it through the program, and that's okay because, we're obviously equipped for that and the community helps. But yeah, I think people get caught thinking once I lose the weight, if I could just be healthy past 90 days, or if I could just check all the boxes, then I'll be successful. Then I'll be confident. Then, I'll get picked for this promotion, or I'll go for a new job, or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
it's really the
You
other
have to
way
feel
around.
the feelings first.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, super excited. What are some of your other wins from the Academy?
I mean, a lot of them, were so mental, but at the very beginning of the academy, I was starting a new job, um, and I was just buying a house,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really crazy because I went through, I think at the beginning of the academy, um, having a house, but then losing it right at the end,
Mm-hmm.
and then finding our final house literally the same day I lost it. I think that was the end of the first month.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to bounce back even then, enough to where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get back out there and I'll look at more houses again.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it immediately.
Yeah. What were some things that you did during your move that maybe were some healthy habits that you tried to weave in, or things that you tried to keep that maybe you wouldn't have done before the program?
Definitely. Anyone who's moved, I've moved so many times. And one of the hardest parts is trying to eat well at that point because everything's packed up. You don't really feel like cooking. You're exhausted from packing. So I would make little snack bags. I think I made a bunch. I have a picture of just my apartment fridge full of little bags of vegetables portioned out, cut up already,
Yeah.
so that I could just kind of take them as we were going to move things because it wasn't too far of a space to move, but it's still a lot. And then maybe a couple of the sheet dinners, just kind of throwing chicken and vegetables on a pan and being able to have something quick and easy helped me get back into eating better, eating more nutritious foods faster, which saved me money as well because then I wasn't eating I didn't spend 3 or 4 weeks eating out.
Mm-hmm. Right, exactly. And that's normally what people do. They're like, oh, I'll just get takeout to go or whatever it is, get fast food because everything's packed up. But you were able to plan ahead and still have nutrient dense meals as you were moving.
Yeah, it came down to a lot of having planning, and then it's like a cycle. You have the planning, and then that leads to being able to eat better or manage your time better, and then you have more energy to do things, and then now you have more energy for the next planning session because I just have so much more energy now than I did at the start.
Wow.
And it's because of that cycle.
Mm-hmm.
It's the cycle of planning and being able to get better and better at things and just move forward in a healthy way.
Right. And having routines set up each day that you can guarantee this is going to get me back to baseline. So if you have something that throws you off, you know exactly what's going to work for you. And something that, with your move and that I've seen you do in other situations too throughout our time working together is that you are okay with not being perfect because you realize now that you can be consistent and that being consistent and being perfect are not the same thing. And the goal is really to be consistent. The goal is not to be perfect. So your move is a perfect example. You were not able to keep up with all of your healthy habits. Your routines did not look the same. They shouldn't be. You're literally moving and there's so many extra to-dos on your plate. Oh, still trying to keep up with a full-time job. Well, yeah, all the things. So you're doing a lot. But you could in some way control or be more intentional, get ahead with planning when it comes to nutrition. But maybe exercise wasn't the best, or maybe you could focus on sleep or your water goal, but maybe journaling, fell to the wayside or whatever it was. But it's not that you're falling off the wagon with those other healthy habits and that you should shame yourself for not being able to check all the boxes. You just figured out, okay, these are the healthy habits that I, number one, have control over. Number two, these are the things that I should double down on and prioritize through this transition because it's impossible for me to keep up with everything, but I'm going to do something.
That's so true. I say it to myself, I'm giving myself grace.
Yeah.
There's so much grace that goes into being healthier, that it's because I'm allowing myself to know that it's okay when I don't do something. I forgot I didn't have time to plan this morning because I was busy doing other things that excited me in my healthy lifestyle. and that's okay. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Like, it's not something that I think that I didn't do this January 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. So I'm, I got to wait till the next week.
Mhm.
It's no longer a mentality of that, because it's a more sustainable, like, I missed a day. Okay. I'll try to fit that in tomorrow. I've been sick, so I couldn't get to the gym. I'm not worried about not wanting to go back to the gym. I enjoy it.
Mhm.
So it's not being hard on myself for, taking care of myself.
Yeah.
I'm instead of me not doing something being something bad, it's me taking care of myself and giving myself grace.
Oh, I love this so much. Speaking my love language, I love this so much. And I know you and Anna are so close in the academy.
Yeah.
Y'all went through the same round. And Anna, I know, felt that too. I'm sure she could put in the chat here too. Felt the same way. If she was sick and couldn't exercise, she was still able to double down on nutrition, still able to drink water, at least trying to get a walk in if she couldn't do a formal workout. Like, it's always thinking about, can I do something when I know I can't do everything, and giving myself grace when I can't do everything.
Having that rest be self-care.
Mm-hmm.
Like the rest, like not doing something being self-care anyways.
Yes.
It's so great to think about that way.
And just expanding your definition of health, like you said, like doing something for yourself and kind of moving the needle up could be something for self-care.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't just have to be nutrition and exercise. And if we can't do those things, then we're unhealthy. It's like, no, there's so many ways to be healthy, because mental and emotional health is something that we prioritize too. It's not just physical health. Love that. All right. Anna says, totally felt that way. I had COVID and I am now finally getting back into my routine thanks to all the baseline you guys gave. Oh, love you. Happy you're feeling better.
I love you, Anna.
Yes. Now,
love chatting with her all the time.
I love that so much. I mean, the community is honestly my best friend. I love getting on the calls with y'all each week, and it's just so fun. And I think it's great for you all to have that consistent. You're seeing the same people each week. You're growing together.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's amazing. So the fact that you're still keeping in touch with people is really cool for me to see.
Yeah, we've like cried together. Like our whole group was just very vulnerable and open,
Mm-hmm.
and that was really the best way to grow.
Wow. Yeah, I agree. Oh, I love it. And I think it's because everyone kind of came in with the same values and that willingness to open up.
Exactly. And then we have all of your energy to feed off of, which is so fun all the time.
Love it. Now, what are some other things, Lauren, that have changed as far as your life because you went through the academy, optimized your health? Like, one thing that, I always say, and how I kind of explain my brand for Be About Being Better, is that I want people to live happier, more confident, vibrant lives, and more energized lives, more success. Like, I want them to have all of these things, but I personally believe you can't get there and really optimize the rest of your life if your health is out of whack. Because here's the reality. I heard a quote the other day. When your health is optimized and your health is good, you have a million wishes. You have a million goals. But when your health is not right, you have one wish. And I think people that are catching COVID are realizing that you have one wish. You just want to feel better. So once you get your health optimized and you're feeling good, you're feeling energized, you're feeling more confident in yourself, you have a routine, like, you're able to channel that into other areas of your life to move the needle and be more successful. So I'm curious to hear, what are some things in your life that have changed from going through the academy and optimizing your health?
You're so right with like the focus being health when that's going wrong. But once you get that at least a little bit, you understand a little bit better. I didn't know what I liked. I didn't know what I liked to do. I didn't think I really had that many hobbies, but now I'm just like, I get to be really excited about things. Like, yeah. I'm super excited about learning about things. I'm learning Italian on Duolingo again. Like, it's just like different avenues that are opening up for me, and I get to try new things. I get to learn new things. I get to be a better friend to people. I get to be a better wife to my husband. Like, it's just, I have so much more, like, I keep saying it's a mental clarity with getting my health on track. It like just opened up so much to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, now I can, if I want to do side hustles, I can. Like,
I
I don't
love
think
it.
I would have, I barely had the mental capacity to take care. Like, I wasn't even taking care of myself.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm just like, I got really excited this morning because I was sharing like a logo I made on Canva with a friend. Like,
Yeah, I
I
love
was
it,
just
by the way. I think it's so pretty.
yeah, and it feels like a lot of my like artistic self gets to come back out again.
Yeah.
Because I've been just kind of like data analysis, and that's what I do for my job, but the creativity comes from being able to have like such a freer mind.
Yeah, absolutely. And when you're worried about, where's my next meal going to be? Or, oh my God, I'm so tired that, whatever. Or, oh, I don't have time to work out. Or, oh, like I hate my stomach. Oh, my legs are so big. Like when those thoughts are consuming your brain, you, you can't focus on being present in your relationship. It's very difficult to be present and perform well at work. It's just difficult to, optimize your finances and focus adequately on that. And that's something you and I've been working on a lot.
Yeah,
You're budgeting better, saving more, investing more, going to be traveling more. Like you're doing all these things and moving the needle in every area of your life because you optimize your health. I'm so proud of you. Love it. Okay, last
thanks.
question for you as we kind of wrap up here. What would you say to someone who's nervous to financially invest in the program? Because I know that was a big
Yeah,
thing you and I talked about in our interview
definitely.
calls. What would you say to someone that's, hesitant for the financial side?
Exactly. So, I mean, it is definitely, and I like how you explained it, and I know you just posted about this too. It's an investment.
Yeah.
And I don't think that I'd really like invested in myself that much before. I was trying to, put aside money to get a house. I had money, my money kind of budgeted out here and there, but I kind of hit that point where it's like, if I don't invest in myself now, I'm going to be in the same place. I'm not going to go anywhere. And now, like, taking a leap, it was definitely a leap. I was definitely a little bit like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it because I feel like I need to, for me, like really putting myself first there so that I can be there for other people. And now it's kind of like the money comes back. The money comes back tenfold. I feel so like financially free. It is, I'm not worried about it because I know that I now have the capability of getting what I need because I've taken care of myself first. And so, yeah, it was such a good investment. I literally like, I know you have like great like payment plans too. And but I'm like, it was so nice to jump in and be all in. Cause I paid all in full and just, it also motivated me more. Like I invested in
That's
myself.
what
So
I've
now I
heard.
got to do it. And
Mm-hmm.
it was amazing. It was such a good program. And I literally like, my life is so different and I'm so much happier. And I really have tried so many other things. I've, I used to pay for like boot camps and just everything, and just nothing gave me the amount of improvement that I have in this program.
Wow.
So thank you. I tell you
Oh,
thank you a lot. I really appreciate it.
well, thank you for taking the leap, taking a chance, going all in, and giving the program a chance to change your life. It works if you work it. I know. I know,
Exactly.
but, corny saying, but it's so true. It's the program has never not worked for people that have done the
Invested in
work,
it. Yeah.
shown up to the
Yep.
calls, and given it a chance, watched the videos, implemented the coaching and some of the suggestions, and worked with me. It
Mm-hmm.
the program has never failed people that have leaned in. So super proud of you. Love coaching you. Love that I can still continue to coach you in our life coaching program. You're
Yeah.
amazing. I love watching you flourish. So thank you so much for coming on today and sharing your story, inspiring so
Yeah,
many people.
I highly recommend it to anyone that is ready to take the time for themselves and get away from the diet culture and people. Like, as a last little thing, I have to say, I can hear people talk about diets now, and it doesn't affect me as much. And that's just so nice.
Yeah.
Like, it's so nice. Yeah, but anyone who's ready, like, please do it. Like, it's so good. It's so good. And you won't regret it at all.
Love you, Lauren. You're the best. I appreciate you. Love coaching you. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Yay. Have a great night. Talk to you soon. If anyone is curious about the Be About Being Better Academy, if you don't know if it's for you, totally understandable. Head to the link in my bio, take our quiz, see which one of our programs can be for you. And if you're like, hell yeah, I want the Academy, the application is also in the link in my bio too. So you can go ahead and apply. So yeah, super excited. And my DMs are always open. I mean, you heard Lauren say in the beginning that we started up just talking on TikTok in the DMs. So if you have any questions, if you have any hesitations, yeah, just send me a DM. They're open and I'll chat with y'all soon. All of our calls, we always end with our little sign off.
Yeah.
Peace, love, and gains. Woo! Bye.
Bye.
Y'all, oh my goodness. Thank you so much for listening to Lauren's story. Isn't she amazing? Isn't she incredible? I am so proud of her success and showing you all that this is possible. This is possible for you too. This can be your story. Your health doesn't have to hold you back anymore. And if you optimize your health, if you streamline your routines, if you improve your relationship with food, if you gain more energy, you will have so much freed up mental headspace and the capacity to tackle these other bigger things in your life. You could start a side hustle. You could gain the confidence to change careers or ask for a raise. You can improve your relationships, improve your marriage, have the confidence to step away from toxic relationships or toxic friendships, optimize your finances, actually be consistent. I'm so excited because I know based on Lauren's story that this is possible for you too. And if you were inspired by Lauren's story and you want some of this, you want some of this pie and you want some of this energy and confidence and some of this lifestyle, and you want to break away from your old routines and you want to break away from diet culture too, what you can do is go to the show notes right now and take our quiz. Take our quiz, see which one of our health coaching programs could be for you, and then check your DMs, check your email after, because everyone that takes the quiz, I follow up with you. And if I can't find you on Instagram or TikTok, because that is one of the questions on the quiz to put in what your social media is so I can follow up with you, but you also put in your email. So if you don't see a DM from me on Instagram or TikTok, then I sent you an email. So definitely check that, check your spam folder, make sure that that you're getting that communication so that I can follow up with you, say, hey, this is based on the quiz, this is the program that's best for you. What are your goals? Does this make sense? Let's hop on a call. Let's see if this makes sense. I would love to support you on your journey. And I have been perfecting and changing the Academy for the last 5 years now. We've coached hundreds of people through this program across 5 different continents. Men and women have gone through this program, and we're always making it better. And it works because it's customized to you. The Academy is 12 weeks. You get daily accountability. You get community. You're surrounded by people that want a sustainable, healthy lifestyle as well. They don't want a diet. They want something that they can maintain over the long term. And they want to feel comfortable and confident in their own skin. They don't care what the scale says. They want to feel comfortable and confident in their own skin. So that community, being around those like-minded people, even though we're all kind of working on individual goals, we all have those same core values in mind and that intention for why we're joining a program like this. When that's in common, I mean, the community is just on fire. Built-in friends. It's amazing. And you get the blueprints. You get the personalized exercise plan. You get the personalized nutrition support. And I'm in your corner. I'm meeting with you every week for 12 weeks. And we rough up that foundation. We get rid of bad habits and we replace it. And we lay down a new foundation. Something that's actually sustainable over the long term. Something that's going to get you feeling comfortable and confident in your own skin. And will free up a lot of mental headspace so that you can really pave the way to step into your best self in 2023. And work on and improve these other higher level areas in your life. So I'm super excited for you. I know that everything that Lauren said, this is possible for you too. So head down to the show notes right now, take our quiz, see which one of our health coaching programs could be for you. And if you're listening to this right now and you've already taken the quiz, maybe you and I have gone back and forth before, send me a DM and let me know that you're interested in hearing more. And I'd be more than happy to get on another call with you. If you've gotten on a call before, I'd be more than happy to schedule a call with you just to chat about your goals, get to know you better, have you get to know me better, and see if working together is the best fit. I love getting on calls with people. No catch there, totally free call. So let me know if you want to call. And if you haven't taken the quiz yet, that would be the first place to start. Take the quiz and then we can set something up. I love you all so much. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Hey y'all, thanks again for listening to the Be About Being Better podcast. I so appreciate you. If this episode made you laugh, smile, think about yourself or your life differently, in any way making your life better, I empower you to share the show with 3 people who, just like you, need to hear this message and have this type of transformation in their lives. I personally read all the reviews of the show and see the Instagram story shares, and it honestly gives me so much joy to see that our mission is making people's lives better. And the reviews really do help in increasing our impact. So thank you so much for taking the time to do that. If you need personalized support with anything discussed in today's episode or need help creating a sustainable, diet-free lifestyle, take my quiz. It's linked below in the show notes, and that quiz will help you see which one of our coaching programs is right for you. Thank you so much again for listening, and here's to being about being better.